Welcome back to Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an IKV-65 Alt 2. It's a Tier 6 Swedish tank destroyer and it's located on the south spawn of Abbey and it's under the command of MCHammereD. Well, it's armed with a 90mm gun. It's got an alpha damage of 240 hit points, but it's a bit of a glass cannon, I'm afraid. Yep, anything that hits it, more than likely going to go through. Oh, and look over there, we've got a Mario Kart. Yes, there is a Mario Kart on this team. Yep. And no sign of Luigi, but we certainly see Mario. Okay, game's about to start. Okay, right, well, we're headed off to the river road. Reload time is just short of 9 seconds. Remember, he'll want to find a position so he can shoot at the enemy without being hit. Because if he does get hit, more than likely he's going to get penned. So he's going to use these bushes, I think. Try and find a nice little spot that he can sit in. Unfortunately, he's got that comet ahead of him. And of course, if the comet fires at the enemy, he'll more than likely fire back at the comet and it might hit us. Going for a T-67. Big hit! It's a low roll, but it's 232 hit points, and that T-67's dead. I'm waiting for some more opponents. There's a Striv and an M7, but I don't think they're actually on the river road. I think they're elsewhere. And MCHammereD's decided to go over to the other side and join the IS-2. I'm not sure that's a wise decision. He would be spotted in this spot. He's waiting for first sign of the enemy to come around that corner. And an Su-85's been seen further up the road. Oh, I'm not sure this is a good idea. He's going to go up onto the mound and I think he's going to get spotted. Yes, he has been spotted. He fires around him, but a Tiger 1 fires one back. It's an 88mm round. It did 235 hit points of damage with that shot. So he's been hurt. And he's now just sitting behind the IS-2. Hopefully using him for support. But looks like Arty are firing at that Tiger 1. Because I did see the chevrons, the arrows pointing down at it. So I suspect he's going to get hit very, very shortly. And in the meanwhile, MCHammereD's decided to go up into this little spot here. Unfortunately, he is in sight of the enemy. They've seen him, and there is enemy Arty as well, so he doesn't want to get hit by that. It's an FV304. We don't know where he is yet, so best not to tempt fate. He's going to stick to these rocks and try and work his way up until gradually you can get a shot on this enemy. They're both around the corner, though. That's the problem. You have to get really close to see them. As I said, the armor on this tank destroyer is pretty much dreadful. Can't see the Tiger 1 at all. We know it's there because obviously he hit him. See where the damage was done with that shot. Oh, it went right through the lower plate. Right through the lower plate. There's the Tiger 1. Now he's in the gun depression. He's in the depression there, so he can't get the gun to lay on it. But he really hasn't got the gun depression to actually play. Well, there's 10 degrees. That rise is just too high. He's got 10 degrees gun depression. No, he's going to be exposing himself to fire if he does this, but. And yeah, he's getting in the way of the IS-2. He's not going to be too happy about that. So he's hanging back at the moment. And the Tiger 1's down. There's the Su-85. He was spotted, but he can't get a shot. And now he's getting in the way of the IS-2. And of course the IS-2 just barges him out of the way. And there's the shell from the FV304. So he is getting close and he's been spotted. Now, I think he spotted something else on his mini-map, and that is that the enemy has control of the west side of the map. And the only thing stopping the enemy from taking our cap at the moment is a T-67 and a Hummel. And, well, the T1 Heavy and the Churchill 7 have both noticed this as well, and they're pulling back towards their cap. Now, is he going to go into this area? Well, the Comet ahead of him, it's sort of like blocking the way. Yeah, this is going to be awkward. No, it's not going to work. The Comet is a blue player, so obviously he knows what he's doing, but he's decided, yeah, he's pulling out of there. We can't see the KV-3. He's decided to go up to this bush here, because you can normally sight the enemy cap area from this bush. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's the KV-3. Can we get shots on him? Not from here. We'd have to move a bit closer, and we do risk being spotted in the process. We'd have to go up into the open. Hopefully there's nobody in the Abbey grounds. Can you get shots in that Panzer 3-4? No, he's the other side of that mound. Now, KV-3, can he hit it? Yes, he can. One into the back of the turret. That's a big hit. 273, pulls back. He was spotted, but he didn't receive any hits from the enemy Arty. Going for another shot to kill shot. Yes, gets him. We're one tank down on the enemy at the moment. Appears they're trying to get into the cap, but oh, we just lost our T1 Heavy. Is this bad news? But from here, MCHammereD can get shots on the enemy as they go into the cap area. Now there's the Panzer 3-4. Tries to get a shot in his turret. Doesn't get it that time. KV-1 should be able to get this. No, he doesn't. That's annoying. He's got the side of the turret as well. Nope, he's on the move. Now he's got the side of the vehicle as well. Aiming ahead, trying to get it right, and... well, he's in the cap, and now we've got clean shots on him. He pulls back just in case he was spotted. The KV-1 knows he's here. Trying to get up without getting seen. Unfortunately, it's just at maximum view range. Is what waiting for the binoculars to come in, but he can't see it. He's not capping that KV-1. I think he's pulled back. There's the T150. Now you can get shots into that. Oh, just sailed over the engine deck. Yep, that one worked. Low roll though. 211. KV-1 is at the back of the cap as well. And he's hit him again. Couldn't see him at that moment when he hit him, but he did see the reduced capture points. And that one tracked him. Didn't pen though. Oh, but he did get some damage assist there because he did actually track him and hold him still. Now we know where the Burt is. He's the other side of the Abbey. Our IS-2 found him. And they are capping. It's only one in the cap. Oh, well, there was only one in the cap. It was the Panzer 3-4, but he's now dead. And unfortunately, the enemies just killed our Comet up in their enemy's cap. And that was an AMX 1357. A very nasty light tank with a 57mm gun, which fires very quickly. I'm still looking for that KV-1. Where did he go? Needs to be cautious. Here he is. There he is. Oh, he went behind the house. Nice shot. 268 hit points, but we were seen, and he's looking in our way. Okay, pulls back to avoid any shot. The FB304 can't hit him. Not from this position. The rock's in the way, and the IS-2 gets the kill. Okay, now we can go after the Burt. It's 2 versus 2. He's going to stop in the bush first, see if he can spot this FV304. I don't think he will. I have a sneaking suspicion that that FV304 is in one of those dips next to the water. There's some sort of like dips in the land where you can actually hide a vehicle. Very useful if you're firing on your own cap or on the enemy cap, so to speak. And yes, we can see that he's firing into the cap because he just fired a round at the IS-2. I don't think that bird can see us. Of course, we won't see his tracer at this range. The other enemy, of course, we're waiting for is the AMX-1357. Now, he could be in the Abbey overlooking our position at this moment. If he goes to that grid square F5, rather, there's a little sort of like area just behind that house where you can poke out and have a look and see if you can spot anyone in the cap. And he might be doing that right now. It's a very good possibility he is. So moving from this position could have some dangers, because if we do move, we could instantly start being hit by that 57mm gun. Well, he's pulled out and we weren't hit. He's decided to cover the river road for the approach to that AMX 1357. He's being cautious, and he should be cautious, because the AMX 1357 can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. He could lose all his hit points. Oh, there he is! He was coming this way, and he took him out with one shot! He lost 88 hit points from one shot. I was saying he could take him out very quickly. It would only take about 3 shots, but there's the FV304 just firing a round in. So we now know the enemy cap is open, because the FV304 has to be close to his target to fire at it, and that means he is, at this moment, somewhere within 3 or 4 grid squares away. And that means the enemy cap is open, so we can dash up there, take up a position. And it means the IS-2 could now join us at the enemy cap area. And he should do that immediately. He shouldn't stay near our cap. He should come up this way. Force the FV304 to come up this way as well. Now, ideally with a situation like this, you keep on the move, because it's going to be then difficult for the FV304 to get a shot on accurate shot on target if the target keeps moving all the time. He has to keep realigning his aim. You can see he just fired a round into the cap. He obviously can't see what's going on in the cap, but if he does get a sighting of MCHammereD, then he will fire an accurate shot in, and we'll know that because the round will land near him. And that one, I think he's just firing rounds in at random. So he doesn't know where MCHammereD is at the moment. And of course, MCHammereD's sixth sense didn't go off, and that round was accurate. So I think that he does know now where MCHammereD is, although his sixth sense hasn't gone off. So no, obviously he doesn't know. That was a random shot after all. Now, some say what you should do is you should go towards the fall of shot and occupy a spot that the vehicle was in when the shell came in. And unfortunately, there, if he had done that, he almost got hit. And that's the 1 minute hooter. So he needs to stay in the cap now and cap out. The enemy is firing in at random. He can't see the cap. Some also say you should go to the centre of the map and the flagpole. Well, not always, because some Arty players will aim for that flagpole as the first thing they'll do. And that's it. He's won. He's capped out. And that means, I think, an Invader medal. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an Ace Tanker for MCHammereD in the IKV65 Alt 2. He got a Bruiser medal and a Fire for Effect out of the minor medals. Yes, he did get an Invader medal. He capped out and managed to get at least 80 cap points in the process and won by cap. Yes, so very nice indeed. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest amount of damage in that game. That went to the Comet. He got 2,396 hit points of damage. The next high score after that was the AMX1357, 1,914. And after that came the AMX1375 with 1,639. MCHammereD managed to get 1,616, not far behind. When it came to kills, it was the IS-2 who did best. He got 6 kills. Then came the AMX1357 and KB1 on the enemy team with 3. And MCHammereD managed to get 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, well, he's got the highest. He got 980 base experience points. The Comet managed 881 and the IS-2 779. He fired 14 rounds in that game. He got 9 direct hits and 8 penetrations. Damage of 1,616 hit points, of which 935 are at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits and both of them were penetrations. He also received 1 hit as a result of splash damage from the FB304. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 912 hit points. I think some of those were actually spotting assist. And he managed to get 100 cap points and 30 defense points when he was defending the cap. On a premium count, he earned 25,597 credits, got 50,000 credits for personal missions payout, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 81,493 credits. He received 980 base XP on a premium, that's his 1.5, and times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,940 experience points altogether. So I'm pretty sure that he's very happy that he's aced his IKV65 Alt 2. And yeah, that was a good game actually. That he did make the right decision to go to the River Road. If he'd actually stayed where he was, he would have become a very easy victim for the AMX 1357 if he'd come round the back, come up the side and shot MCHammereD in the rear. So yes, he did do the right thing, go to the River Road and maintain a watch there. He couldn't really do anything about the west side of the map, and of course the IS-2 did have that covered. If the enemy had come up that side, then yes, the IS-2 would have had to deal with it. But by going to the River Road, he actually managed to ambush that AMX 1357 at just the right moment. He did take a hit from him, but that hit was worth it because he took him out with his first shot, and that meant that the cap was open to him. So, good game. If you enjoyed that replay, please like and subscribe, and we do get great replays like this all the time, so do stay tuned to our channel, and thanks for watching.